XRP fam, I need you to stop scrolling for 7 minutes because what I'm about to break down could change how you think about your XRP forever. If you're like me, you've been holding. Oh, you've been patient. And the one question I just keep hearing over and over in my DMs, my comments, in every XRP group is how do I get yield out of my XRP without gambling it away? I am so happy to say I just watched Hugo Philion, the CEO of Flare, answer that question live at XRP Las Vegas. And if that wasn't enough good news, Uphold then dropped another announcement that made everything Hugo said click into place. So today I am going to connect the dots for you. First, let's hear what Hugo had to say.
I've got my XRP, I want it safe, I want it secure, but I want yield on it.
Yeah.
And that's what Flare offers.
Did you hear that? That sentence right there is the entire game. And today I am going to show you exactly how Flare is building that machine. As well, I am going to show you how Uphold is going to put this yield in your pocket with the touch of a button. Let's get it. Don't forget to hit the like button so this video reaches more people like you. So first allow me to give you the origin story. Because if you don't know what Flare is building underneath the hood, then the Uphold announcement just won't make sense. Flare is a layer 1 blockchain built specifically to unlock DeFi for assets like XRP, assets that lack the native smart contract capabilities. XRP is their primary focus right now. Everything they build is aimed at that one goal, creating the largest, safest DeFi market for XRP in existence. And here's what they've already done. Since launching FXRP in September 2023, after years of careful security first testing, Flare has pulled 155 million XRP into the network. They've built a full DeFi ecosystem worth around 450 million. That's not a white paper. That is not a promise. That's already happening. The stack they've built includes FXRP, which is XRP wrapped for DeFi. And it's live on Ethereum mainnet Monad base, making it the XRP standard across the entire world. And you know Morpho couldn't miss out on this action. They plug straight into the Flare ecosystem through Mystic Labs, an institutionally designed lending protocol with isolated, lower risk vault structures. Think safer, smarter lending. And I can't say enough about Firelight. Firelight is a DeFi insurance protocol that Hugo seed funded that uses staked XRP as the liquidity layer and that he believes can scale to ensure almost unlimited amounts of XRP into the Flare ecosystem. Let's be clear. This has been a long time coming because Hugo's philosophy the whole time has been scale slowly, scale safely. Don't create the holes we've seen blow up other ecosystems. And I respect that, especially with what I've personally been through. More of that in a minute. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that button right now. I am here every week helping the XRP family position smarter, not luckier. Now, here's where most people get lost. They hear DeFi and Flare and immediately think bridges, MetaMask, gas fees, seed phrases. Oh, I get it. That friction is real. But what if I tell you that Hugo's team has been quietly dismantling every one of those barriers with Flare Smart accounts, which let you control your FXRP directly from the XRP ledger? So, in plain English, you broadcast a transaction on the XRPL and it controls your position on Flare. There is no need for you to leave your native XRP environment. FXRP version 1.3, which Hugo just said is coming out in a couple of weeks, lets you mint FXRP directly from your centralized exchange just by withdrawing to Flare instead of the XRP ledger. No special partnership needed. It uses the exchange's existing withdrawal rails. And to even make it easier, they launched their own wallet, the Luminite wallet, with a password based experience. No visible private keys, just a password. That's how serious they are about removing every excuse for not participating. If you want to go deep on the DeFi side yourself, I recommend using Kinetic markets and my no liquidation strategies to build a position directly on Flare. I've got a full beginner's guide strategy link below. That's your hands on roadmap if you want to touch this stuff directly without going through the exchange. Now, let me spend 60 seconds on Flare 2.0 because this is the part that institutions are paying attention to, and the XRP family needs to understand the why. Flare 2.0, also called the Flare Confidential Compute, is a scalability and privacy layer being built on top of Flare. And it does two big things. One, it makes transactions on Flare massively cheaper for higher volume computation, which means more DeFi activity at a lower cost, making Flare even more attractive for the incoming AI on chain economy. AI agents need cheap, private, high speed execution. Flare Confidential Compute is built exactly for that. That's funny timing, isn't it? Because Sentora, which already manages over 3 billion in institutional DeFi capital through platforms like Kraken and Fireblocks, just partnered with Firelight, built right here on Flare to bring AI powered automated vault protection to XRP DeFi. Who knows? Maybe they're connected. Two, privacy. And I mean real privacy. The kind where a protocol on Flare can control Bitcoin, XRP, or Ethereum on other chains using decentralized inputs, not a multi-sig, while keeping positions completely private. Now, the question is, why does that matter to you and me? And to that, I will point you towards an underrated statement that Hugo Philion said about XRP Ledger is already becoming one of the top chains for real world asset issuance, recently passing Solana. But institutions need privacy to trade, lend, and collateralize those RWAs. The XRP Ledger alone can't give them that, but the Flare Confidential Compute can. And I covered exactly why Flare is positioned as RWA King in my FIP video. Links in the description below if you want the full macro story. Okay, now here's where the story gets really interesting for my XRP family. While Hugo was building the entire FXRP and DeFi stack, Uphold, one of the most XRP friendly exchanges on the planet, just announced they are exploring XRP yield through Flare's F asset system. Here's what that actually means in plain English. You keep your XRP on Uphold. You opt into their yield product. Under the hood, Uphold mints FXRP on Flare one to one with your XRP, deploys it into DeFi strategies, probably lending vaults, potentially Firelight insured positions. And the yield generated comes back to you as XRP denominated rewards. You never touch a DeFi dashboard. You never manage a wallet. You just hold XRP on Uphold and earn. Uphold themselves said it. They're exploring ways to unlock yield on XRP, including testing XRP staking through Flare's F assets. Yes. So now you have two clear paths as an XRP holder. Path A, self custody. You bridge your own FXRP. You use it on Kinetic Volts, Firelight directly on Flare, Enosis, interpositions on SparkDex, Spectra. Maximum control, maximum composability, and most importantly, you can maximize your yield potential. The more you engage with the stack, the more you can optimize what you earn. This path is definitely for the DeFi natives and the action takers in our community. Then you have path B, the uphold route. You stay custodial, hit one toggle, and Uphold manages a flare strategy for you. You earn a modest, steady yield on your XRP, but that equals no dashboards, no wallets, no complexity. It's not going to be the highest APY in the room, but it's real. It's simple, and for millions of XRP holders, that's exactly the right fit. The one thing that remains constant is the use of Hugo's engine, the Flare network, and Uphold's button. Same destination, different level of control. Drop a comment right now. Let me know which path is yours. Path A or Path B? Are you driving or are you taking the bus to Yield Town? I read and respond to every single comment. Now, before I send you running your Flare or Uphold, I need to keep it real with you because I've been on the wrong side of a yield story before. I was a victim of Moonacy. I know what it feels like to trust a yield product, to believe the promise, and to watch it go wrong. So everything I just told you today is filtered through that experience. Here's what you need to know about the risks. On the Flare side, the smart contract risk is real. Even with Hugo's security first culture and slow rollout, no DeFi protocol is immune. On the Uphold side, the custodial risk is real. You are trusting Uphold to manage your FXRP strategy responsibly. And depending on where you live, regulatory access to this product may be limited or phased because yield on a proof of stake asset is still a gray matter in some jurisdictions. So let's just be clear. This is not an ape in. This is an understand the machine before you trust it. Hugo is building one of the most serious security minded yield infrastructures XRP has ever had. Uphold is trying to make it accessible to everyone, but yield is never free. And I need you to know that going in. And of course, I got to tell you, this is not financial advice. You need to do your own research. And please understand you have your own risk tolerance. Allow me to bring this home, XRP family, and introduce you to XRP's Tale of Two Cities. Flair has created a Charles Dickens style Tale of Two Cities. In one city, you're behind the wheel. Self custody, FXRP, Kinetic markets, Enosis, SparkDex, Vaults, Firelight. You control every turn, you control every position, every decision. And most importantly, you control how much yield you earn. The more you engage with the stack, the more you can optimize it. That's path A. In the other city, you're on a bus. Uphold handles the route, manages the strategy, and delivers you modest, steady yield on your XRP without you ever touching a DeFi dashboard. It's not going to make you rich overnight, but it's real yield. It's simple, and for a lot of XRP holders, that's exactly what they need. That's path B. Both cities are heading in the right direction. The question is how you want to get there and how much control you need in order to sleep at night. But here's what you need to understand before I let you go. XRP is not the only non smart contract asset knocking on Flare's door. BTCFi is coming. And every ISO 222 compliant token that can't natively run their own smart contracts is lining up for the same XRPFi treatment XRP is benefiting from right now. This is not just an XRP story anymore, family. This has become the blueprint. And I am here on this channel to help you position yourself ahead of every single one of those waves in accordance to your risk tolerance, of course. I've already dropped my BTCFi breakdown and my FIP16 deep dive. Both are linked in the description below. And if you're ready to get your hands dirty on Flare yourself, the Kinetic Market Start Here Beginner's Guide is linked below as well. That's for you action takers. Watch those. Come back and let's keep building together, XRP fam. Remember, Richard's built smart, not with luck. Forever Rich, out.